Why fat? Were you fat?
So I had the lap band, lost 238 pounds. Not really, not really.
Oh, okay. Hey, what's up? Welcome to one more episode Roofers Going Digital TV, where we present the latest trends and the leaders that are changing the path of the roofing industry. And right now, I have someone super important in the roofing association in Texas. Welcome, Matt.
Yes, thank you, man. Yeah, Matt Smith.
Matt Smith, owner of
Fat Matt Roofing.
Where does the name come from, man? It's a really, the name is attracts, man. Where does that come from?
Thank you, man. It was a kind of a marketing deal, and people didn't remember Matthew, Mr. Smith, but they call Fat Matt.
Why fat? Were you fat?
So I had the lap band, lost 238 pounds. Not really, not really.
Oh, okay. But that's a good marketing, man, because everybody will think. Actually, that's why I call myself Pancho. My name is Francisco. I call myself Pancho.
Yeah.
Because whenever they say like Pancho, they think like, oh, the Mexican guy with the sombrero and the bigote, and then I come in like, is that Pancho? And it's really memorable, man.
Yeah.
And that's the key with brands. Probably you know about brands. I know about brands, and the more memorable they are, the more dangerous you are in the business, man. So that was a smart
That's right. Yep, I wanted to put a mental picture in people's heads, and once you put that mental picture there, it's hard to forget. And then with the vehicles and logos and everything, it's pretty memorable.
Yes.
And people get curious about it, so.
Yes, man. Have you studied branding or something like that?
No, just more kind of from the sales side of it. Whenever I came up with the name, I was selling modular homes. And people would call and ask for the description of the home that I was selling, but they weren't asking for me by name. And I'm like, there's a problem with this, because if I'm taking my time to write the ads or doing anything else, yeah, it's great that someone else got a sell off of what I advertised, but that doesn't pay my bills. And so I wanted to have it to pay my bills. And at the time, people would walk in, where's Fat Matt? We want to see him. I'd say, come on, let's go find him. And the proverbial ice was broken nearly instantly. And I realized people that asked for Fat Matt were more likely to buy from me. And so, this is a win all the way around. We were laughing and cutting up. And so many times what it was is they had that mental picture put into their head, and they couldn't shake it. And so now most people will say, oh, it's Fat Matt Fat. And the guys will show up and they're like, okay, which one of you's Matt? Like, it's because we're fat, isn't it? And it's just a fun thing, and they just don't forget. So.
No, and the name of your company can be the key to success or the key to failure. And a lot of people doesn't understand that. They are putting names, super complicated names, or names that are not memorable
or a series of letters. How can a property owner remember the series of letters? And that's where I think that it makes sense to have something that just kind of pops, create a mental picture, easy to say, easy to remember.
Yes.
And if you can make them associate you with something else, like with us, we put the fedora on our logo, and with having the fedora, people nearly always tell me they think either a big black man, an Italian guy, cigar, this gangster, or this big Mexican guy, but they never see me whenever they picture it. And so it's just, they get that mental picture, and then, the curiosity killed the cat type deal. People so many times, they don't forget. Every time they see it, they're like, I see y'all everywhere.
Yes.
And then, trying to be intentional to have our brand wherever we can. And, so I usually will either have it on the hat or the shirt. Usually twice is what I prefer, but, having that out and kind of being, parking where people see the truck and, those sort of things make it to where, you're everywhere, and really, we're not as many places as a lot of people think. They just, when they see it, they remember the times that they've seen it.
Yeah, because this is so important, because the problem with all digital marketing and with marketing and digital marketing is like everything is becoming more busy.
Yeah.
Like you are scrolling all day. So, and how are you gonna get the attention of someone if it's if they are scrolling? They are saying that, for example, if we create a lot of content, man, and
right.
as you can see, the content I don't prepare it. It's just like, okay, let's film it and we post it. Once we post it, people is gonna forget about it in the next 24 hours. Yeah. So guys, don't worry. Like you need to be, your brand needs to impact the mindset.
And really a lot of it too, it's nearly like a yard sign. If you have the logo but people can't read it when they're driving down the road, then what good does that do? It's the same with the social content, with a post, right? If they can't see who it is, they just see a pretty roof. Okay, there's another roofer. You know, they may see roofing, but they didn't remember the letters or the person's last name and sons or whatever the company is, without having the, you know, something that you can kind of continue that impression getting in front of them. So.
Yes, actually, I make fun of this, that all the companies have a roof in the logo,
yeah.
man. How are you gonna differentiate yourself with all the companies if you are posting houses all the time, the same roof, shingle roof? If you have the same logo, if you do the same, if you communicate free inspection every day, guys, you need to be different. You need to be different, and the homeowner need to notice that differentiator that you have. How do you find those differentiators? You need to look deep inside and find them, man, because you as a owner of the company are the only one who can bring that to the company. Have you seen this, what I'm saying?
Yeah, and really so much of it, even with the times that we've been with different social or different marketing type companies, I've been fairly disappointed a lot with the way that people have done the content, and it's not who we are at all. And I think sometimes maybe even hurts us more than it helped us, because it just goes to this, nearly a cookie cutter, well, let's run it through here, or look at this beautiful new roof and it's a damaged roof. I'm like, no, this is dumb. You have to at least look at what you're doing, but it's very real, that part, and then your personality doesn't come through with that either. So
super important. Like a lot of people say, like, oh, intention, all intention is good intention, is good attention. Good attention, all attention is good attention, and that's not true. Like, be careful on what you communicate on social media, guys, because it can take you to success, or it can get you to, like, the same with the brand. Like, it can take you to both ways. The way we do it in Roofers Going Digital is we create some communication campaigns, so we know how to communicate. So we are not communicating things that everybody's communicating or things that we shouldn't be communicating. And being an specialist, that opportunity of like what you just said is like, because they are not specialists. They do marketing for everyone, for restaurants, gyms, and then roofing. It's not the same, guys.
Yeah.
So it's...
And I think a lot of them too just kind of plug in a piece of this or a piece of that and try to, maybe they're leveraging AI for the content, and then it comes out, it sounds very bland, or and you could have put a better prompt in at least.
Yeah, put a little bit of effort, man, like in your content that you create. Yes. Yeah. Now, what do you do in the association?
So we've been licensed and members of RCAT for a good while, and really look at what RCAT has done for us as a company, and then helped to start. Let me back up. Helped start the local chapter in Abilene to have a group of contractors that could get together to basically a mini version of this, to be able to get together and talk about issues that we're having, talk about what's going on with the city, make sure that the city's brought in to be able to see what we're doing as a group of people that cares for our community and the problems that are being faced from the lack of code, or maybe the insurance isn't cooperating because they don't have a letter that states that they enforce code. And so as a collective group, we were able to go to the city to get some of that information. And so that part of it really helps out. But what I do is I've been president, a few years for that local chapter. I helped serve with the RCAT board.
Nice.
As part of being a president there, we had a seat on the board here. And then, like, I can say that I have a lot of friends in RCAT, contractors that are board members, and going to events like this, getting to know people. Like, whenever you need something, it's a phone call away. And I really think that you get out of something what you put into it also. If you join and get a membership and you never go to a meeting, you never talk to the people, you don't go to trade shows, you just wasted your money. But if you end up going and being a part of it, then you end up, meeting people and doing stuff like this, or, as we were talking earlier, like we had, at this fishing tournament together, or we were there, and then whenever I'm looking for a piece of equipment, I pick up the phone and call a few people, and next thing I know, I have the piece of equipment I was looking for that was setting in someone's barn that's been there for 20 years, but that person I called just happened to know where it was. And so it's a lot of the networking with other, what people would say are competitors. No, we can collaborate instead of just competing, and we can make it to where it ends up being a whole lot better for all of us when we kind of have that synergy and work together rather than trying to do it on our own and kind of put the bluff.
Yeah, trying to believe that we are Superman and we are gonna do everything by yourself.
Yeah.
Never gonna happen, guys. The way I like to see it is like it's a brotherhood, man. Like RCAT, it's a brotherhood.
Yeah, I completely agree. And for anybody that's for you watching this, I would encourage you definitely come check it out. Be a part of the local chapter if you're in an area that has local chapter. Go to the luncheons, because whenever you're bidding against somebody and then you see them in that meeting, it's more likely that you're not going to kind of get dirty and kind of start doing stuff that ends up just a race to the bottom. And then so go to the local chapter. You have to eat anyway, so might as well eat and be around others that are trying to do the right thing and care and affecting change in the industry.
Yes.
And then going to the state type stuff like this, if you're a golfer, there's a golf tournament. If you're a fisher, there's a fishing tournament. And going and seeing all the new stuff here, I think that Sarah and the RCAT team has done an excellent job at bringing so many people together to where we can get all this information in one place. Because if you're needing financing, here's Green Sky.
You have the vendors, the preferred vendors that that you can trust them.
Yep.
Because like you said, there is a lot of bad marketing agencies, bad financial companies, bad manufacturers, like I don't know,
And then whenever you're hanging out afterwards, after the trade show, and you're going to dinner with somebody, and then that's where a lot of the connections are formed.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, we saw y'all last night, at a little get together that one of the supply houses had, and so they have this party, and all the drinks are, like, come all my friends and have a beverage, and so they just invite everyone out, and those kind of times are when you really get to kind of know more people. And then it's, oh hey, do you know Bob, do you know Amy, or whoever it is? And I love it, the networking part of it. It's networking for other contacts in the industry that are going to help you when you hit that tough spot, because we don't know, like, most of the other contractors aren't our customers, but they may be someone that I can give a referral to, or vice versa. And so it's farming rather than just hunting for the lead, and that's where I like this part.
Guys, remember that sales is not about the sales. It's about who you know and who knows you, and being on top of mind of that client. And it's not like, don't worry about this, like, don't try to be super aggressive and try to sell everybody.
Yeah.
If you are making these connections in your local community, the sales will come, and that is going to happen.
Yep. I believe that there's more than enough work for everybody.
Oh yeah.
It's,
man. Like people say, oh, we are going to compete with each other. Come on, man, the industry is like a billion dollars industry. Like, you're never gonna be competing with that. It's, I said, economy 101, man. It's like, dude, like we live in the biggest economy, one of the biggest economy in the world. Do you think you are gonna be competing with a person that you are seeing in this conference?
Well, and the thing is, more so what I see, even if there is a competitor that's standing next to us or something, he's probably facing the same issues that I'm facing with this insurance carrier that is, they just have this crazy exclusion in the documents. Being able to talk to them and say, hey, have you seen this? What did you do about it? And being able to really kind of help each other out, because a lot of these things can cost you thousands. You know, let's say, you know, starting out, you don't know what non-recoverable depreciation is. That's a problem if you say, hey, it's not going to cost you anything but the deductible, and then there's that depreciation that's non-recoverable. Are you going to eat that, or, you know, how are you going to take care of that? And it comes down to being able to talk to other people if you're kind of stuck. Now, I mean, I know that that's very basic in the industry, but if but there's some people that are just getting started, don't even know how to do a takeoff or anything.
Don't assume, like, yes, no, that's super. No, I couldn't be more agree what you are saying, man. And is there any? Do you guys have lunch and learns every month over there?
So we don't this month, but we do try to have them monthly is what we do.
Awesome.
But through the summer we did have a hailstorm this year, so everyone was pretty busy, and we didn't have them every month because it was a little bit of time restrictions on everyone.
Yeah, but that's super important, guys. They have lunch and learns every month in every city of the state. Not in every city, but in the main cities, in the main hubs in Texas. So that's another benefit of joining RCAT.
So, and another thing, for whenever I started out as the new contractor, I was trying to figure out how to get construction agreements and how to get all of the things. RCAT has, a lot of that information already, available through the people that you talk to, the attorneys that we use, public adjusters, appraisers. There's all of those things to be able to help you kind of know people that are actually in the industry rather than saying, oh yeah, I do that too. So you're getting people that know what we're dealing with. Oh yeah. And it helps out a lot.
Oh yeah. Like I said in the last interview, it's like we can be talking about benefits of joining RCAT the whole day. Yeah. Matt, is there anything that you want to share to the roofing community or homeowners community? One last message?
Yeah, I would say I would just encourage everyone to make sure that you're always doing the right thing. Sometimes it's easy to cut a corner or to do something because the property owner may not know about it. Don't be the guy that's just kind of in a race to the cheapest price, because you're ending up hurting your property owner whenever you do that. And so for the property owners, I'd say make sure to find a contractor that is a part of a reputable organization like RCAT, and being able to make sure that insurance is in place, that contractors are they don't have unresolved disputes with the Better Business Bureau, that they're paying their bills so you don't end up getting a lien put on your house because the contractor didn't pay their material bill. The general liability, all of those kind of things. Find a member of RCAT, or if in another area outside of Texas, be able to find a member of the local roofing association, so that there's some vetting process that's happened there. Because here in Texas, it's kind of the Wild West of stuff, because you don't have to be licensed to put a roof on. And so you have a lot of shoddy work and people that will end up taking money and then disappearing. And we've just seen way too many people get taken advantage of. So make sure that you find somebody that's a part of the local association to feel like you're not going to get taken advantage of, and then they have a reputation to uphold, so you're very likely going to get a better roof from them rather than the cheap person that shows up and says, hey, me and my cousin can do it, and then who do you get to fix the leak whenever it happens? Because ultimately the most expensive roof is the roof you have to replace twice.
Oh yeah, no, and the problem is like the affected one is the homeowner. And like, why the home, like, they are trying to solve a problem and you are making a bigger problem. Don't be that contractor fan. And I hope you listen to everything that Matt just said, because the information is super valuable.
Yeah, and ultimately the bitterness of the poor quality lasts far longer than the sweetness of a cheap price.
And a lot of them, they do it for money, a little bit of money.
Yeah.
But thank you very much, Matt.
Thank
Your
you.
information is super valuable. We will post this on all social media platforms. Thank you very much, my man.
My pleasure, man.
Thank you.